All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're tackling the Department of Veterans Affairs and demystifying two of its most important and, let's be honest, often confused branches. If you've ever felt totally lost in the VA's alphabet soup, this one's for you.
Yeah, it's a super common feeling. You're just trying to get the benefits you've earned, and suddenly you're hit with this wall of acronyms. VHA, VBA, what does it all mean? It can feel pretty overwhelming, but trust me, we're about to make it all make sense.
So, our mission today is really simple. We're going to give you a clear roadmap. By the time we're done here, you'll know exactly what the VHA and the VBA do, how they're different, and which one you need to call for what.
Okay, first up, the VA's two pillars. You might be wondering, why does this massive organization have all these separate divisions anyway? Let's break it down. A really great way to picture it is like a huge corporation. It's got a healthcare division and a completely separate finance division. Each one is packed with specialists who are experts in their specific field. Well, the VA is set up the exact same way, with two main pillars to give you that specialized support. Let's meet the first one.
So, this is the VHA, and you should think of them as your healthcare partner. This is the medical wing of the VA, and it's probably the one you've heard the most about.
Now, the key phrase here is integrated healthcare system. What does that actually mean? Well, it means the VHA isn't just a random collection of hospitals. It's a fully connected network that provides a whole range of medical services, all tailored specifically for veterans. And when I say it's a huge network, I am not kidding. We're talking about more than 1,200 facilities all across the country. That scale is just incredible. And it means that no matter where you are, top-notch healthcare designed for veterans is probably close by. It's literally one of the biggest healthcare systems in the United States. So what can you actually get at the VHA? Pretty much everything you can think of. From your yearly physical and flu shot with your primary care doc, to seeing a heart specialist, to getting absolutely crucial mental health support for things like PTSD. They also cover rehab, physical therapy, and even your prescriptions. It's the whole shebang. Getting started is a pretty clear three-step process. First, you have to enroll in the system. Think of it like signing up for health insurance, but it's based on your military service. Once you're in, they'll hook you up with a local facility and a primary care doctor who becomes your quarterback for all your healthcare needs. Okay, that's the healthcare side. Now let's meet the other pillar, the VBA, your benefits advocate. If the VHA is your doctor, you can think of the VBA as the support wing that makes sure you get all the non-medical benefits you've earned. And right here, you see the fundamental difference. The VBA doesn't treat medical conditions. It administers programs. It's the part of the VA that handles the money, the education benefits, the home loans, all the stuff that supports your life outside of a clinic. And this is a really big deal. The way the VBA works is completely different from the VHA. You don't just, show up for an appointment. Instead, you have to file a claim. It's a formal administrative process. You submit an application, an adjudicator reviews all the evidence, and then eventually a decision is made. So what kind of benefits are we talking about here? Well, we're talking about the heavy hitters. Things like disability compensation for any service-connected conditions, the legendary GI Bill for your education, home loan guarantees that can help you buy a house with zero down payment, and even job training programs. And while the VBA juggles a lot of important programs, just look at this breakdown. The vast majority of its work, its single biggest mission, is processing disability compensation claims. This is that crucial financial support for veterans who have injuries or illnesses because of their time in service. All right, we've met both sides. Now for the main event, the VHA versus the VBA showdown. Let's put them head to head so the differences become totally clear. This is where it's all gonna click. First up, purpose. It's actually super simple. VHS mission is your health, period. VBA's mission is your benefits, making sure you get the financial and educational support you're entitled to. Health versus benefits. That's the core of it. Next, how do they deliver their services? With the VHA, it's immediate. You go to an appointment, you see a doctor, you get care right then and there. But the VBA? It's a process. You apply, you wait for a review, and then you receive a decision. It's definitely not instant. This one is so key to understanding the difference. Your relationship with the VHA is personal, right? You built a real rapport with your doctors over time. Your relationship with the VBA is much more transactional. It's based on paperwork, claims, and official decisions. I love this analogy. It's your doctor versus your banker. So let's just nail this down one more time. VHA focuses healthcare. Interaction is ongoing care. The relationship is personal. It's your doctor. Now, VBA focuses benefits. The interaction is a claims process. The relationship is transactional. It's your banker. That's the cheat sheet right there.
So now you get the difference. The big question is, how do you make these two separate systems work for you? Because while they are definitely distinct, they are absolutely designed to be complementary.
So how do they connect? Well, think about it. The medical evidence from your VHA doctor is the exact proof you need for your VBA disability claim. And it works the other way too. A high disability rating from the VBA can actually give you higher priority for VHA appointments. They're designed to feed into each other.
So what are the key takeaways for you? Let's make this super practical. First, if you need a doctor, call the VHA. If you need to file for benefits, you're working with the VBA. Easy. Also, keep all your records organized, because paperwork from one often helps with the other. And finally, be patient with the VBA claims process. It's thorough for a reason, and it just takes time. And maybe the most important thing to remember is this. These are not either-or systems. You absolutely can and you should use both. Getting treatment at the VHA and filing a claim for that very same condition with the VBA, that is exactly how the system is designed to work.
And that brings us right to the end. Now that the roles of VHA and VBA are clear, now that they're not just a confusing jumble of letters, you can ask yourself the real question. What is my most immediate need? Is it healthcare or is it starting a benefits claim? Knowing the difference, that's the first and most powerful step in navigating the VA and getting every bit of the support you've earned.